Okay, so the last video cut me off right about here, so I'm going to pick up where we left off. And remember that we were focusing on editorial questions, are questions that have more than one reasonable answer, begin with the word should, and focus on a specific issue inside of the larger topic. So now I want you to take that and I want you to apply it to the topic that you have already selected. You should have come today with a topic in mind that you want to focus on for your editorial. And so what I want you to do right now is I want you to ask 8 questions. I want you to come up with 8 questions. Write them down. 8 questions about your topic that you have chosen that have more than one reasonable answer that someone could reasonably argue either side or more than one perspective on. 8 questions that begin with the word should, and 8 questions that focus on a specific issue within the larger topic. Let me be clear here. I realize as I'm listening to myself that that may have sounded like I wanted you to come up with 3 different sets of 8 questions. No. I want you to come up with 8 questions, and each one of those questions you come up with meets these 3 criteria. Each question has more than one reasonable answer, begins with the word should, and focuses on a specific issue within the larger topic. I want you to do this in a think, pair, share model. We've done this in class before. So you begin with independent thinking. You come up with 8 questions on your own about your topic that meet these 3 criteria. Then, when you have your 8 questions, you're going to share them with a partner. You're going to turn to somebody near you and you're going to share what you came up with for your topic, and that person's going to share their 8 questions. I want you to discuss them and evaluate them using these 3 criteria. Do they all have more than one reasonable answer? Do they all start with should? Do they all focus on a specific issue? After you do the partner work, I want you to come back together as a whole class and have some people share out what they came up with and discuss whether or not you think those are strong questions for an editorial. So pause the video and do this right now. Okay, so you've come back and here's your homework for tonight. Now that you have your 8 questions, I want you to take those 8 questions and I want you to decide which of those 8 are you the most passionate about. Guys, we're going to be spending the next several weeks writing these editorials. I want you to be writing about something that you actually care about, that you actually give a crap what people think, and you want to try to communicate your opinion, your position, and more than that, you want to affect the discourse. We've talked about community discourse, being a party to that conversation and actually playing a role in what people in your community think. This is your opportunity, so please pick something that you actually care about. The second thing I want you to do tonight is look at your 8 questions and ask yourself, which one of these am I most familiar with? What information is going to be the most accessible to me? This is not going to be a research paper. You don't have the time, nor do I want you to be going and doing hours and hours of research on a topic that you don't know very much about. No, make this easy for yourself. And by the way, you're probably not going to care that much, that passionately, about a topic you don't know that much about. So these two should kind of work together. Pick something out of these 8 questions that you're passionate about and you actually are familiar with. And then finally, are you actually going to be able to convince your audience to agree with your position? Look at these 8 questions and decide, out of these 8 questions, which one can you say yes to all 3 of these? Yes, I'm passionate. Yes, I'm familiar with this issue and I know about it and I know other people who know about it. And yes, I believe I will be able to be convincing to my audience. I want you to come in next class having selected one of your 8 questions that meets these 3 criteria, because that's the one you're going to write your editorial on, and that decision has got to be made next class, and we won't have time to change it after that because we'll be moving forward. Okay, so that's your homework. If you have any questions, email me. I'll be checking my email and I'll be able to get back to you guys. Have a great night. Bye.